Yo, what's up, guys? This is Eddie from Mega Midnight Gaming. This is a long video coming, but I got the Mists of Pandaria beta for you guys, and I'm just gonna hop right into it. We talked about this a little bit on our podcast, our second one, that this video was gonna be up. I'm sorry if we had a couple people waiting for it. I was having a little bit of trouble creating level 85 characters, and I really didn't want to show you guys this content without having level 85 ready for you. So, here we go. This is my gnome monk. I think he looks cool, but we won't really talk about him. The pandas, I gotta say, my own personal opinion, I think that they're looking really good. And it kills me to say that because I wasn't so into the idea. I reacted the way everybody did, but I've heard a lot of people talk about the game, and I just want to jump right into the character creation and show you guys really what's new. The character selection screen, the character creation screen, is completely different just on its own. Not even thinking about pandas right now. This selection is just different in general. So I'm going to show you using a panda as an example, because I think that would be the best. So we're going to make a panda monk here. But as you can see, pandas don't have to be monks. I've heard a lot of people say that. They don't have to be monks. They can be any one of these that you see here. They can't be pallies, can't be warlocks, can't be druids, can't be death knights. Everything else they can be. I'd love for them to open up that death knight, because I think an undead panda would just be hysterical. But okay, so here we go. Here's the biggest difference right now that we have. If you take a look at the right side of the screen, you're actually seeing a preview of what that selection will look like on the character that you're currently creating. So right now we're looking at skin color. We got the traditional panda there, but we can make him red or gray. He's got a lot of different options, and I'm going to scroll through them while I'm talking. We have white there, black, variations on different things. So you can choose one that you like, but this is the coolest thing. Alright, so I'm gonna choose a black panda. Let's go white panda. White panda. Okay, so no, red panda. I'm sorry, I'm being indecisive. I'm really indecisive. Okay, so now if you take a look, it's showing the changes that we've made to our character, with whatever this particular tab will change. So pretty cool. It's probably a better. There's probably a better way to say that, but you guys see what I mean. If you look on the right here, it's showing me exactly what his face is now going to look like with the changes I'm making, but with the previous changes applied. So I'm going to just choose a random one here, because I have some characters already saved that I'm going to show you guys a little later in the video. So I'm just choosing this one because it looks it's cool. It kind of reminds me of the crow. That's cool. That's cool. I like the crow. Okay. So here we go. Hairstyle. So they really do stick with the whole Asian theme. So you're gonna have the top knot style, samurai looking hairstyles. I think they look ridiculous. That's just me. I can't do this without throwing in my own personal opinions here. So, I do think they look kind of ridiculous, all of the hairstyles. So I just can't help but go with nothing. I think the pandas look fine bald. Hair color, I have not yet seen it. You could choose a style, but I haven't yet been prompted where I'm able to change the hair color. You guys see what I mean there? I don't know. I probably haven't played with it enough. I'm sure there is a hairstyle that allows you to change the color. I have not found it yet. If one of our viewers have found it, commented it below. But I don't think right now you can change the hair color. That might be something changing. They just released a pretty big patch for the beta that I just downloaded. So, but apparently it didn't fix that. So. Here's the facial hair. Again, they've got that really Asian style to it. You see like kung fu kind of samurai-ish look. And again, you guys see the difference. This is not just for the pandas, that panel on the right. That's going to be for any time you're you're creating a new character. So you see this. I'm wondering if maybe if I choose facial hair, does that give me? No. All right. Well, all right. Yeah. So I still don't know what that is. Okay. So I usually choose a clean-cut panda. I guess. I don't know. That's as clean-cut as a panda can be, I guess. So you know, I'll just name him you know, Midnight Game without the E, because I'm pretty sure I have already Midnight Gaming. And there we go. So there's our Panda Monk. Pretty cool. Yeah. So you can see a little bit from the background what the panda starting zone is going to look like. Pretty Asian. Pretty Kung Fu Panda-esque. Yeah. So, to be honest, I haven't played much of the beta, so I plan on doing some of that here in this video. I don't know if PJ does all of the editing for Mega Midnight Gaming, so I don't know if he's going to edit this down, or I don't know how long to make it. So I'm just going to kind of just mess around on some of these characters. So this is something that I made before, you know, level 85 pre-made panda. So this is a panda rogue. I play a rogue as my main, so I thought this would be kind of cool to make. And then I made a gnome monk. So I kind of showed you guys what the pandas looked like a lot of, but let me just hop into the rogue for now. I'll show you guys a little bit what it's like to be behind the camera of a panda, running around and jumping and stealthing and doing all that fun stuff. And then I'm going to show you guys the monk class a little bit, which I don't know much about, personally. I made one, leveled him to 3, and that's my experience so far. So, here we go. Sorry, it might be a little choppy. I'm hoping it's not too laggy on there. I didn't realize... I'm actually downloading Left 4 Dead, the video game, so let's see how that is. Maybe I just kind of gave away what my podcast review might be about this week. Maybe not. It might be about something else. But, yeah, I'm downloading that right now in the background, and I'm live streaming, so this is probably going to be a little laggy. Sorry, guys. Okay, so obviously there's a ton of in-game changes. Anybody who's into World of Warcraft, you've already seen the talent changes, but I just want to, you know, show you guys this a little bit. It's really cool. So, again, you're choosing your 3 trees. For anybody who's played a rogue, you recognize these trees. We have Assassination, Combat, Subtlety. You choose one. You get those 4 abilities. Yeah, so there you go. Subtlety, there you go. They did some really cool stuff with the talent tree. The talent tree is totally different. You're now choosing abilities. They can be passive, they can be active abilities where you have to activate them. But for example, here's in my first 3, and over here is the level you have to be on the left side here, and then you choose the ability you want to obtain at that level. So you're basically getting an extra spell at that level, whether it's 15, 30, 45, 60, so on. So here's the 3 you choose from at level 15. You have Night Stalker, increases your speed while stealth by 20%. I was going for more of a PvP kind of talent setup for Mists just now, just to mess around with it for my own purposes. But I'm going to show you guys all of them. You know, this is just an example. I'm not going to go over the rogue class like you're all going to be playing or interested in rogues, you know, but I just want to show you guys this a little bit. Your stealth breaks after 3 seconds of someone dealing damage to you. Pretty useful in PvP too. I had trouble picking between those, but I usually don't get caught out too much. And abilities no longer cost energy while you're stealthed. Really cool. PV ears, that's awesome. You're probably going to want that. PvP ears, these 2 kind of edge it out for me, so I chose that. But you guys get the idea. So there's 3 different spells. Added a lot of new stuff. Rogues, it's kind of funny. They scrambled the trees a little bit. Like, we have Preparation and Shadow Step we choose between here, which neither was in the Assassination tree it's not in the assassination tree right now, so it is in Mists of Pandaria. Pretty interesting, pretty cool. I just hit a bunch of random buttons by mistake, so you guys got to see me fan of knifing randomly. There's my panda itself. So let's walk around a little bit with the panda. Okay, here we go. A little laggy, but you know, it's all good. So here I am, just doing a little bit of combat. The pandas are kind of bouncy. They're really, you know, big and bulky, but they don't feel it. They feel very lightweight. You know, jump pretty high. But it's pretty interesting. So far, I haven't had, like, huge complaints about the pandas. I told you guys I kind of like the way they look, which I did not expect to at all. I really expected to hate this whole edition. But I don't so far. So that's really, really good. I'm hoping it's coming out clear in the video. But yeah, so hopefully you guys get the idea of the feel for the panda. I don't want to sit on a rogue too long because I know not everybody plays a rogue out there, and not everybody's interested. There's some female pandas. I totally forgot to show you guys the female pandas. But I'm gonna try and remember that. Oh man, and there we go with the beta crashing on me. So I'm gonna just start it up. But it's a beta, so I guess you expect kind of things like that to happen. There's a lot of people on, kind of all the time. I've been on a couple times just messing around, and the servers have been packed with people, especially since the annual pass. If you guys are wondering how I got into the beta, I just got the annual pass to WoW, and that's how I got myself in. And you guys can definitely do the same if you're committed to WoW. If you're not that sure about this expansion, don't do that quite yet. But you do get Diablo for it, so it's kind of looking good. Okay, so here's my 85 monk. I have not even logged into him once. I think the idea of a gnome monk is hysterical to me. So here he is. I've noticed monks have, you know, we all know monks from previous MMOs, or from maybe even from other Blizzard games, who are primarily fist weapon characters, and they are going to be, it looks like, in this game, but they're also going to be using staves a lot, but combat staves, not like spellcaster style, but they do have a lot of weird things to them. I don't know. They have a lot of weird aspects. I mean, we've heard that they can be healers, they can be tanks, and they can be DPS, similar to the druids, and it looks like, you know, if you look on here, you have the Wave, the Windwalker, the Mistweaver, or the Brewmaster. So I'm going to open up their talents right now, so we can take a look at that kind of together. And it says it right there, you know, obviously. The Brewmaster is your tank, your Mistweaver is your healer, your Windwalker is your damage. So I'm going to go damage. I hope you guys don't mind that. But I feel like that's the way a lot of people are going to be going, at least to level up. So I just get all 4 of these abilities, so you guys see that here. And now we're going to look through the talents a little bit together. So we have Celerity. You can roll in Chi Torpedo more often. So the monks have this rolling ability, and we're able to do that on a shorter cooldown. So that's looking a little PvP oriented. Clears the target of a mobilizing effect, obviously PvP oriented. And every time you roll, your movement speed is increased. So all these aren't very, like, huge for your PvE ability. I'm going to build this guy a little more PvE oriented. So I'm going to go with momentum. I feel like if I'm in a boss encounter where I need to roll, I'll probably need that movement a little bit, so we're going to go with that. Power Strikes. So you're generating additional Chi, and as a lot of people know, monks go off Chi, they don't go off energy, they don't go off, you know, mana. they're going off this chi ability, this chi kind of point system. Then we have Ascension, increases the your maximum amount of chi by 1, and a chi brew which instantly restores all. I'm gonna say that Power Strikes kind of sounds like a cool idea. I know Jab is your main ability that you're going to be using for damage. So if it's generating a lot of people will probably argue that Chi Baru is probably a really good one also. It's only on a 1.5 minute cooldown, so you kind of see that. Mystery Talent, so it's we even have kind of like an incomplete talent list here. Zen Spheres, so it heals your target. Chi Burst, you summon a torrent of Chi energy. It's dealing a lot of damage, so obviously we're going to go with the damage. Leg Sweep, you knock down the enemies around you. You could see that being really useful in PvP. Charging Ox Wave. So here's another stun. And then we have our Paralysis ability is now usable from a little further away. So I'm going to go with the Paralysis. I think that sounds cool. A little more healing for yourself. Dampen the damage from most harmful effects done to you. So a little more sustainability, and Diffuse Magic reduces all spell damage taken and clears all magical effects on you. I like that as somebody who plays a rogue. That reminds me of Cloak of Shadows a little bit. So that's kind of cool. And then we see the level 90 abilities, which we can't get quite yet. Summon a Whirlwind Tornado. Invokes the White Tiger's Celestial, kind of cool. And Torpedo a distance in front of you, dealing a lot of damage. So that's kind of cool, and it takes the place of your roll ability. So really cool. Here's what the gears kind of stack like. So it looks like agility is a big part of what you're going to be stacking. And they're starting you off with a gear that's just straight agility stam. Which makes sense for stamina. You're right in there. I know the monks are going to be a very high threat character. You know, with the ability of being a tank, you can expect that they're gonna be having high threat a lot. Definitely get Omen if you plan on doing some PvE and you're using a monk. So you guys see they did the spell book a little differently. We have the spell book. We have our professions, and then we have a core abilities tab, which you don't see that often. This is incomplete right now for the monks. I didn't expect it to be. I was kind of hoping it would be filled out so I could show you guys. I should have showed you guys on my rogue then. But the Brewmaster one isn't, so I'll show you guys. Just pretend we went Brewmaster for a minute. These are the abilities that are most important to that specific spec that you went. So these are the abilities you basically want on your hotbar, your first hotbar. You know, these are the ones you're going to be button smashing right off the bat. So we have that Jab, Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, Rising Sun Kick, Expel Harm, Fist of Fury, and remember that this is for the Brewmaster, which is our tank. So these are probably your high threats, and then a little bit of damage reduction. Pretty basic. And then you can, of course, go to your spellbook, just like we're all used to, and take a look at all your abilities that you have. Okay, so I'm gonna just throw. I'm not gonna throw all my abilities on. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me put abilities on for the next 20 minutes because I'm a stickler for that. I'm very. They have to be perfect for me. So instead, I am going to just kind of throw down some that I feel are rather important for us to use. So we'll use. We'll get paralysis on there. You're also going to be using different stances a lot. Kind of similar to a warrior, it seems like. Which I think sounds really cool. What do we have here? Sparring, Tiger Strikes. Alright, these are your passives. Okay, so right now we're Stance of the Fierce Tiger. I haven't seen any other stances right now. but that may just be the path we chose, or they may just not be ready yet, which is definitely a possibility. Oh, my jab isn't even down. Let me find that. And then we'll get in there and we'll start doing some combat as them, and have fun with it. Oh, I see. I actually got into this stance and it changed my my whole setup here. That makes sense. So I'm just throwing these down. I had these from my rogue. I bounced some keys to make this a little quicker, which doesn't seem to be working because I'm still taking forever. Okay, so Chi Burst, and we'll put Blackout Kick there. Okay, cool. I put Paralysis on there because we put that talent in there, so I want to show you guys that talent's actually going to make a difference. So here's our roll. Pretty cool. There's some texture sitting there. Okay, so yeah, there was our roll. Pretty cool. It costs Chi. So you guys see up here, we do have an energy bar and then we have a Chi bar. So let's fight one of these monkeys. So I'm gonna just get in there and start punching one. I'm literally just punching it. There's the Chi Burst. Now my kick is activated, so I'm doing that. And there we go. So kind of cool combat. It reminds me a hell of a lot of the melee classes that are in the game right now. That's probably my biggest complaint about the monk. I played the monk a little bit the other day. Like I said, I played him to probably like level 5 or something like that, or level 3 or something. He feels a lot like the melee classes that are in the game. The feral druids, the rogues, you know, the fury warriors. You know, it's not anything we haven't seen before. If you're a real WoW fan, you're not going to have trouble adjusting to this class. I'm not sure if this class is going to be like totally ground shaking to either PvP or PvE. Maybe it will be. It totally could be. But I don't see that happening. I don't think they have anything that's terribly overpowered. In PvP, you're definitely going to see that they have such a high range of mobility that could become a little bothersome. But other than that, I mean, you just have to learn how to deal with it in PvP. In PvE, I think they're going to bring the same amount to the table as like a rogue would or something like that. So I don't think they're doing anything out of the ordinary. There's the new type of cloth, by the way. You know, with each expansion we get, wow, they give you a lot of stuff in your inventory. Oh, here's some fist weapons. We should use those. Yeah, they give you a ton in your inventory. I didn't realize that. All different sets and everything. So, I don't know why they give this much. I'm just gonna throw these. So, fist weapon, and what do we have for one hand? I like axes, so I'm gonna throw an axe in the other hand. So this will show a little more of the dual wielding that they have. So, pretty interesting. Nothing that's ground shaking. If you guys really have any questions for me or anything like that, I mean, I didn't bother to level up to 90 or anything like that, so I can't show you guys any of the, I guess, quote-unquote endgame material. Not that there's a huge amount available right now, but, you know, if you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I'll definitely be getting on here to play a little bit. If you guys are really, really pressing me with questions and want me to show you guys more stuff, I will definitely do that. If you guys want me to live stream some, so you can watch and ask me questions as I go, or request me to do certain things, make certain characters, you know, look stuff up for you, I'm more than happy to do that for you. I'm in this beta. I don't believe PJ is. PJ is actually not a WoW player, so yeah, he's not really in here. So just yeah, let me know. I'm definitely willing to do this for you guys and play a little bit. I think the gnome monk is hysterical, especially when you're first leveling up, you get these little hand wraps, and so he's literally just punching the hell out of everything. It's pretty funny. So yeah, check us out. Also, if you guys like this video and want more like them, please subscribe, like, comment. You know, even if it's criticisms, feel free. You know, take a look at our YouTube channel, and you can see our podcast there. This particular week that just passed, we talked about a lot of great games. In our news section, we talked about the new console coming out of China. We talked about the new, basically, Super Smash Bros. Clone that Sony is putting out for PlayStation. We talked about some great stuff, so hopefully you guys look into that. And give us a like on Facebook. Search us as Mega Midnight Gaming. And thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, alright guys?